it may now be illegal to possess 10 grams of marijuana for one's private use. But does that make it right to use at all? In a nutshell, that was the question posed by those invited to today's national consultations hosted by the CARICOM Regional Commission on Marijuana. Belize having recently taken the momentous step of instituting an amendment to the Misuse of Drugs Act, Attorney General Michael Perifit says we as a region will take the next steps together.
What the Commission will do, they will compile the report from each country, put it together along with recommendations that they may make to the CARICOM heads, and then each country will decide if they want to follow the recommendations of the Commission or how they want to proceed in general with the discussion on marijuana.
That discussion is a collision of worlds: white collar, professional, conservative, versus blue collar, hand-to-mouth, liberal. Or maybe it's not that simple. Consider these two young men, both avid marijuana smokers, who say that it's not for everyone, although they use it to relax from life's frustrations.
Marijuana, that I want everyday use helps to certain people, and I use it every day. Every day, if it calm down, sometimes I'm frustrated, marijuana calm me down. Somebody would have do something, instead of react, you will smoke one weed or just calm down, you don't want to do nothing from there. So I use it as one calmer.
Okay. And did you by any chance share your opinions on what you believe are the positive effects of marijuana to the commissioners today?
But I never get to share my opinion, but I feel like we have to reach one edge to smoke the marijuana, because when you're too young, like when they say, you make you forget and do all kind of things.
I actually started to smoke from I was 10 years old, and now I am 18 years old, so I'm actually smoking for 8 years now.
Would you say that you consider yourself dependent on marijuana? Is it something that you absolutely have to have at a regular time and place?
Sometimes when I don't have it, I feel frustrated. Like if I don't have it in the process, and I know I have it for once anything happen to calm me down. Cause that I use it for calm me down sometimes. Like when I do work and do work, cause sometimes I do construction and so with different people around the village and so that helped me got that energy for work and want to work.
But is it true that marijuana usage at a younger age carries greater risk? That is the opinion of neurosurgeon and spinal surgeon Dr. Andre Joel Cervantes. He suggests that medical marijuana, properly regulated and prescribed, and only as a last resort, is beneficial for some patients, but unrestricted recreational use, whether old or young, is not.
Marijuana will affect the growing brain. There is no doubt about that. Definitely the type of marijuana, the species of marijuana, the fact that how much THC, the active ingredient it contains, will have an effect and could have an adverse effect on the brain is no secret. That's why there's a difference between recreational marijuana and medicinal marijuana. Only in strange circumstances or unusual circumstances should we ever, as doctors, when there is nothing else that we can offer, consider the possibility of medical marijuana in a person who is a child or a teenager and is growing. We should not consider medical marijuana as a first option for any disease. That's why we have medical science, which has been proven over the years. I mean, thousands and thousands of years.
Would you recommend anybody to consume marijuana recreationally? Yes or no?
Again, I cannot recommend it as a doctor. I would not recommend a person to consume marijuana recreationally, no. From a medical perspective, yes.
Reginald Hamilton, the popular proprietor of Reggie's Tea Shop, is a naturalist healer from Southside Belize City that has experimented with marijuana in certain of his products and claims to have found some benefits. He notes that the commercial marijuana sold in Belize carries unknown risks.
It goes in my external massage, and it goes in a lot of other stuff. I have done experiment with a lot of other stuff that marijuana is very useful and beneficial for. In consuming it, I'd ask that you cannot control people, but in consuming it, I'd ask that most people would not consume it unless being recommended by a doctor for the medicinal purpose.
In other words, you would not support recreational consumption.
Yeah, because for reason is that it's very, 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 very good that people have a privilege and a right to take care of their body. And as a healer, I am saying most of the time the cultivators out there, I don't know who they are, but they would normally tend to plant in volume and use a pesticide to control insect from damage the volume. And so when the insect, when the pesticide is put on that plant, it is that you ingest or you consume the marijuana at its grade, but with another substance. So that is a compound mixture.
The discussion continues even after today's town hall meeting and after a final report has been submitted to CARICOM. But that discussion is one Bishop of the Anglican Diocese, Philip Wright, intends to be a part of, representing his parishioners.
Well, for one, I would love to encourage further conversation. I think we have not exhausted the conversation. I personally feel the group in the room was too large for you to get a good sense of persons, the opinion of different individuals. I will engage the church to continue the conversation. I will also engage the church in considering what can we do to help many of our youth who are being caught in this sort of situation, and how best can we serve their interests and help them to become productive citizens for this country.
Aaron Humes reporting for News 5.